mister. Sorry for Kiwi. It's okay. Let's see here, mister. Where you going? Get up here. Go over here. I don't even know what this is. Let's check this out first. Start sharing stories about stuff. Come here. Alright, mister. Let's see. X. Let's see now. Twisting my ankles. Streaming all funkadelic there, Kiwi. There's the pigeons. Let's see. Oh, sideways. Oh. Let's see. Which way is it gonna go? Oh, that's upside down completely. So it didn't take it too long. Oh, shoot. Even if you... Oh. Have a seat. Have a seat. I miss the Kiwi. I wonder... Here. Come here. Up. Been a while since he's been on this sucker. Oh, see, there's gotta be a way to flip that thing upside down, you would think. Chief. Come here, Chief. Here, up. Here you go. Where you going? Where you going? Rain last night, got mud right there from laying them bricks. It's all good. I wonder if it's less choppy right here versus well, we don't want that, Mr. Kiwi. Mr. Buddies. What's your perspective there? Kiwi, what state do you think Forrest had some kind of a weird ass connection to well, let's see. We'll ask you them questions, mister. We'll ask you them questions, mister. Here. There you go. You're on top of the world now. Yeah. All right, Kiwi. Your perspective on Project X and how you think it'll relate to Mr. Forrest Fenn. All right, you ready? I want to ask you a few questions. It'll take you 5 seconds to answer. You ready? Kiwi. What state do you feel or think Forrest mentally and physically placed his treasure trove? Montana? Oh, all right. We'll put you down for Montana. Kiwi. What single story? You listening there, buddy? What single story from either The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, or Once Upon a While? Where you going? Where you going? Oh. I'm trying to ask you questions, mister. This doesn't work if you don't play. Now, get over here. Yeah. Hey, oh, I got a bird stuck on my shoulder. It's like a monkey on the back. Won't get off. Oh. All right. Well, then we'll do it this way. Let's see. Well, no, it pulses that way. It's stupid. Come here. That's how we do it. Get up. Get your bird up there. Come here. Come here. Come here. Get up. All right. You want to hang out right there? You hang out right there, mister. Boom. What are you doing right there? Come here. Well, I'll ask you right there. Okay, you ready, Kiwi? Here we go. Let me get my thing. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. All right, you ready, Kiwi? What single story from The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, or Once Upon a While best ties you to a state that Forrest would definitely hit his little hoo-ha in? You know what I mean? Like, what connection do you think he would have had? Is all logical based on the state? Or is it an emotional connection through his livelihood? Huh? What do you got? Oh, Flywater, Mr. Kiwi. Huh? You say Flywater? Flywater. 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 Montana. All right. So you got Montana. And then you got Flywater. You think Flywater? Why are you picking Flywater there, Mr. Kiwi? That's part of your connection status. What is your connection to the chase? Is it a logical or emotional connection there, Mr. Kiwi? Because you've been out there 3 times. I mean, you logically went out there to see what part of his lifeline was out there on the Madison. Nice logical place to go find a place to find yourself when you're young. Huh? Yeah. Emotional connection. You got an emotional connection, Kiwi? Yeah, you do. So you're telling me that through the story Flywater, you have an emotional connection which logically makes sense with Forrest's lifeline in his childhood, and you think it's in Montana? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You think it's in Montana. All right. That brings us parts of the next question on Project X, Mr. Kiwi. Your lifeline. What time period do you feel Forrest is trying to describe his secreted state, Mr. Kiwi? Oh, you got his childhood, huh? Childhood. Oh, where you going? There you are. Kiwi. You going to his childhood? Playing on the ropes like the children's. No worries. Just you and your family. You know nothing but love. Growing up. Yeah? Kiwi, that sounds like a good story to keep it an emotional and logical sense. Following his childhood. Oh, that brings you up, Kiwi, to the last part of Project X. His age. What ages do you think he was at? Apparently, he said something about writing his book when he was 13 in his mental mind, right, Mr. Kiwi? So, you thinking about 9 to 16? Huh? Summer vacations, huh? Love is young and wild, Mr. Kiwi. So, I would say Project X, to sum up your whole story, Mr. Kiwi, your relationship to the thrill of the chase. In 5 seconds, I'll place a dot on Montana for you. That's how you share your story of Project X. Because you got a secret state, which is Montana, and a single story that you have that would best describe your connection would be Flywater from the Thrill of the Chase. And your connection status is a stronger emotional than a logical one, huh? Because you're following along Forrest's lifeline on his childhood between, around the ages of 9 to 16. So yeah, I think it sounds like a pretty good place to, find a secret in your young years and not realize it till you're older. Start seeing life different. So the question, Mr. Kiwi, is now we got to get everybody else out there to start adding their input, their information for Project X. So we get their perspective, because it'll grow. It'll be something different out there, buddy. But that's not a bad start. I'll follow you on the Madison. That's a nice logical start, following along someone's childhood, where they were learning lessons through their family and father, and that's such an emotional connection with just, even the time and places growing up. 19 of 20 summer vacations up there in Yellowstone. It's a strong tie. You can kind of single it down to a few things, and it works. So, Mr. Kiwi, we need to get other people to start actually adding. They need to share their perspective one way or another. They do. They want to. Why not? It makes sense. Everybody has a good place that makes sense. What better way to help other searchers by kind of narrowing it down a little bit to not so much of all these different places, but maybe stepping back and seeing what state. Let's see, look, Kiwi, you got two people watching you. Are they going to sit there and put down their state? What state do they feel that, Forrest ultimately ended up, hiding a secret stash? They'll name their name will pop up. So go ahead, type. What's your state? Hi, my name is blah blah blah. I'm part of Project X. My name's like blah 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 number 29 on the list. There's a big old list. There's a link. Go back to go back and check one of them other videos. You'll see the link. Oh, who's a tough guy? Oh, who's a tough guy? Huh? Who's a tough guy? Yeah, me and Kiwi we're planning our next expedition up to some Indian country. An old friend of ours might have found a place that might have been an old quarry or something, maybe high up in the mountains. So it'll be interesting. But I gotta work with Kiwi to get a harness on. He's got a harness, a blue one. He don't like it very much. He's ecstatic for it. Ow! Oh, stop biting me so hard. Stop. Yeah. Shake. Come on. Kiwi, shake. Shake my hand. That's me, Kiwi. Come on, shake. There you go. Come on. Oh, you little. Come on, shake. You want to say, who else is there? Just two people just watching you, buddy. Just two people. Seeing what you're doing. Chillaxing, relaxing. Oh, yeah. Hanging out. Oh. What are you doing? Yeah, thinking about kind of going along this channel with Shake. Come on. Mr. Kiwi, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Oh. Breezy outside, huh, buddy? Breezy outside, huh? So, yeah, we got two people still in the room. I ain't seen nobody typing anything down. How come nobody's typing? Going, hi, I'm in the room. I'm watching Kiwi be a bird. Oh, come on, get up there. Up. All right. Well, I guess I could do it this way too. And then I could kind of see and be like, oh, this is my arm holding it out. This is Kiwi as we're walking around, seeing the cell. Who knows? So, I mean, that works. I'm looking at this, be like this. Hey, see, I still see two people. I'm talking to you right there looking at me. I'm looking at you. Honestly, come on. No, we're not. But type. Write down something. What's your state? Takes you 5 seconds to put a state down. You ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, my daughter, she built this. Oh, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, my daughter and my wife, they built that cupboard right there. All nice. And yeah, they did a wonderful job. There's a cabin in there. Oh, yeah. It's nice. It's nice. But anyway, as we're sitting outside on this nice breezy day, feel free to type something down. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at Project X right now. Let's see, Project X right now. Project X. Simple questions. Only takes you 5 seconds to answer. You know, give a state, give a single story out of all the stories that he has in just his books, to keep it simple. You know, there's only so many stories that hit. Oh, the birdies, huh? Huh? Your friends. They probably can't see him, but that's okay. I see him. But, you know, it don't take much to type. You, right there, sitting, wherever you're sitting, you know, I know there's a way to sit there and be like, okay, I want to take a breath. It's only me, Kiwi, and you two. Again. If you've already given your state, give it again. I'll double check and make sure that you're on the list. I'll double make sure that, you know, your answers are right there. And later on, we'll put the dot on the board, you know. We'll see that perspective kind of grow. It's like looking at that fire pit. So the fire pit, you know, the center of the fire pit would be forest, you know, the blaze that traveled through life. And the cobblestones sitting on the top layer, I guess you would keep those to just the stories surrounding forest, the thrill of the chase, once upon a while, and too far to walk. I mean, that there's only a handful of stories that's going to stick out that have 4 states: north, east, south, and west. You can go that way. For all I care, it's a good analogy, right? And then you got all the bricks on the outside. I mean, that's everybody else's perspective on the stories surrounding forest. And so if you can look at it from a different perspective, you can take that and move it all to a state over here. You know, there's Montana right there. It's a tree now. It's all different. You know, different perspectives surrounding that tree. A more relaxed idea. I mean, you could take yourself away from the thrill of the chase and just look at it from a different perspective, you know. To narrow it down to one of 4 states, it makes more logical sense that, you know, whatever, that it is what it is. One of 4 states. Again, you got your 2 in here. Come on. Get some kind of conversation going, maybe, yeah. Get out there in Man Creek Reservoir. There's a friend of mine said he found a boulder like 6 foot, like big old boulder, and of obsidian. So I can't not go look. That would be very foolish. So that's something that's in the works for this summer. So hopefully Kiwi will have his harness on by the time we get up there, because it's high country up there in the mountains. And you know, Project X is part of just getting a different perspective of how the natives and the game animals and stuff traveled through the valleys. You know, watching the miners how they travel through the valleys and stuff. It's just you start to pick out places that make more logical sense. That, you know, the game animals would follow the water. Everything follows the water before it starts moving away. So, I mean, it makes sense that you would try to find that water flow through Forrest's life to sit there and be like, okay, well, this state seems to have more logical sense of what flows through Forrest's life. Then it makes that, hey, you know, this state may look better to one person more to another, but I mean, to look at all the states with the perspective of everybody looking at it, it gives a different perspective. Again, on the throw of the chase, and again, it is dialogue. You know, we got somebody else that just popped in the room, so yet nobody's taking that 5 seconds. Take a breath, realize you exist, you're here, you're taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to visit me and Kiwi. Be a part of Project X. Takes you 5 seconds. You know, what state do you think Forrest had the most valuable connection to? And the answer is a catch-22. Because you can't really single out one state over another. Which, I mean, they all kind of flow with the lifeline of Forrest. And so, I think when you look at that state that you answer, it would be more so like, you know, that connection where it's secreted, where throughout the process, it's eventually going to wind up, the chest is going to be in one of 4 states. So, what's your state? What state do you guys have that you think is greatest connection? You know, and what story, what book title, what story that has one of those 4 states that best connects you to your state? You know, what you got? These birds out here chirping, huh? What, Mister? What's up? What? Hungry? Hungry? Wanna eat? Perch? Wanna go perch? I'll take you to perch, brother. Perch. Yeah, no, I gotta get that perch. Well, it looks like nobody's chatting, so I appreciate you stopping by, visiting. Again, need some direction, people's perspectives on what they would do, and share stories. What stories do you guys share that with history and stuff? Anything. You all know something. Y'all got a piece of information to share, because we all don't know everything, so we all can learn something new. So leave a comment or whatever of something to share. We're working on history. That's me and Kiwi's biggest thing is history. Metal detecting, mining, history. Following the pioneers out here in the West, following the natives, following the fur trade, the French fur trade, following the Spanish and the conquistadors. I mean, you got that whole story right there with Wyoming out there in Matisse, Wyoming. So I mean, and I got a friend out there in Thermopolis, Wyoming, and then you got Cody out there. So I mean, there's some kind of bandit out there that came up through the south through the Red Gate or the Single Gate or something like that. And I was poking around some maps, and I got a map that has a nice outline of the terrain with one of the old campsites. So that one's on the list. So a lot of history is what me and Kiwi are about for sharing and learning, because we love learning history and something new. And so part of Project X is, when you're following history and you're following mass migrations, they're all migrating for one reason or another, right? And it don't matter what. They all have patterns, and they can be simplified. And I think the simplest way to do it is everything travels along water. And so if I can stick to just, metal detecting or looking on the river beds of the rivers, then who really has claim to ownership then, of it that way? Because that is something I need to learn and figure out. Because if you're metal detecting on the bottom of a river, then I'm pretty sure that it's fair game. So, and besides, I'm not a historian per se, but I'm pretty sure pretty much of everything I find is 75 years or younger. And if you don't know why I say that, then if you look up what is it called? Yeah, the Antiquities Act or whatever. So being in the military, one of the things that I learned is you have to learn how to use words, right? What, mister? Right? Nobody wants to hear this. Learning words, Antiquities Act. I'm going to try to file for a digging permit. I know you. So the Antiquities Act is telling you that you can't dig unless to bring up artifacts, blah, 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 blah. Right? That's what I say. And you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay? And you come first when you actually come second, third, fourth, fifth. Somewhere along that lines. You okay? You gonna hang out for another second? Because I can always pick this up later on. It don't matter. Like I said, no matter if people want to listen or not. I mean, anyway, the Antiquities Act. They put limitations, but like, if you listen to Forrest and how he uses his words, they have so many different meanings. So you can reverse engineer a conversation that somebody would have in regards to what you found and where you found it, based on just using other words or different words. So it's wordplay, I guess. Being trying to just figure out the best way or balance, I guess, and trying to get something accomplished. But they wouldn't say you have to get an exemption or a permit, in order to excavate, which means that there is a permit to apply for. So now I got to find out what the permit is to excavate in an archaeological fashion, if need be, so that Montana, 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 Montana. Kiwi, what's your state? Montana. 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 Pretty bird. Pretty bird? You're a pretty bird. I'm an eagle. What? 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 Are you an eagle? Or you want perch? Oh, you want drink? Drink. Eat. Trying to figure out the best word to use for eat and drink. That's easy to say. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eat or drink. Yeah, this guy's getting hungry. So yeah, with that, I guess I'll just go feed him. I need help on trying to figure out where to apply for a permit for digging in some kind of fashion in regards to the Antiquities Act, because they wouldn't, like I said, they wouldn't have that exemption or apply for permit if there wasn't such a permit to apply for. So I just got to figure out where that's at. So maybe somebody can leave a comment on where to start looking for that, even though I have my own ideas of where to start looking. And then Project X is a 5-question survey for people to just simply answer a few things that are actually deep strings, I guess, or deep connection lines between state and forest, and what ties them together. That emotional connection between states, that logical connection between states, the lifeline between Forrest growing up to his adult years, that has a connection between the states. And if you step away from everything, you see a bigger picture. It'll be interesting to see who adds on Project X, to see where the majority of the perspective on what that connection is and what type between Forrest and the secret state. So I'll leave a link again to the project. It's open. Add your name. If you're not already on the list, it's in alphabetical order. And then, answer a few questions. I think they're pretty simple, and if not, we'll go over it again later somewhere. Someone will ask. But, yeah, with that, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for relaxing. And thanks for adding your perspective. And sooner or later, Kiwi's going to say Montana, so we'll get it figured out. Huh, mister? So with that, we'll say peace. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks. Ba-dum-bum-bum.